Bitcoin to $1 million. Is there any truth to that? What is going on, guys? This is Man Crypto and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I want to go over an article that I saw on the Daily Hodl from a very famous and respectable macro investor. And also just go over Bitcoin's technical on the weekly time frame, as it looks very, very interesting. Before I get started, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the YouTube channel and like this video. I would really appreciate that. Also follow me on Instagram and my other social media platforms. I've also started a Telegram group where I'll be posting my weekly technicals as well as my other thoughts. So the link will be in the description if you want to join. Let's get this video started though. So the macro trader Raoul Pal, one of my favorite macro investors, because he just gives very clear and concise insight into the kind of the world, the macro world, and he has a very, very high level of knowledge on a lot of things. He also shares his knowledge on a regular basis, and he has a lot of high net worth clients that he has on his platform, Real Vision. Very, very good platform to check out, because they always talk about what's going on in the world. They tell you their thoughts, what they think is going to happen. A ton of value there, and that's just the free version as well. So he says, let's get into the article. So he's anticipating a wave of institutional funds to push Bitcoin to $1 million in the next 5 years. Now, when I see these kind of predictions, to be honest, I think it's a load of rubbish. I mean, $1 million, that's like one of those, headline predictions just to get people to read the article. But to be honest, if you actually think about it, the way the economy is going down the drain, right? You've got all these central banks that are printing trillions of dollars and pounds and whatever currency, and obviously this is going to create a lot of inflation. What happens is, it creates hyperinflation. It might not get to that level, but it'll be a lot of inflation, and so the value of money is going to depreciate, and the value of assets will massively increase. So it'll be one pushing down and one pushing up. So this will naturally make all assets much, much more valuable in those currencies. So that's why I do think it's an accurate or a realistic prediction, because all the money that's being printed is really going to inflate a lot of things, especially assets. Well, let's get back into the article. I kind of digressed a little bit. So in an interview with Stansberry Research, the former hedge fund manager says that the world economy is moving from the hope phase to the insolvency phase, as investors realize that the economy is going to recover from COVID-19 pandemic much slower than originally expected. Along with institutional adoption, he believes this narrative may create the perfect setup for a huge long-term Bitcoin bull cycle. So he says there's no stimulus around, and we've got more problems to come in Europe, the US and elsewhere, and businesses don't have enough cash flow. They're closing in droves, and that's what I call the insolvency phase. So obviously a lot of businesses were supported by the various grants that different governments were providing in the US, in Europe and whatnot, but this was only prolonging the inevitable kind of shutting down, because especially the social distancing rules, restaurants and kind of customer facing businesses are not able to get as much sales because of the kind of decreased capacity. So none of them are realistically could stay open. It was just a time ticking bomb before they were all had to shut down, whether it's tomorrow or next month or a couple of months, depending on how much money they had in the bank. So he's completely right. This is turning into the insolvency phase. And now, with Bitcoin becoming kind of a store of value, or it's already a store of value, but now when it starts getting more regulatory clarity, and it's given the green light, institutions are going to really look at that as somewhere to park their money. So continuing on, so he thinks $1 million is about right. Just from what I know from all the institutions and all of the people I speak to, there is an enormous wall of money coming into this. It's an enormous wall of money. Just the pipes aren't there to allow people to do it yet, and that's coming, but it's on everyone's radar screen. So as I said, he knows a lot of investors, big time investors, institutions. He's got the connect. So when he says this, there is weight behind it. He's not just blowing smoke. So people are just waiting for the all clear, so they can put the money in there without getting fined, without getting legal issues and all that stuff. And then he says, when you get to the macro opportunity, when it's all happening and Bitcoin starts breaking out of these patterns that's been forming, it's going to massively outperform gold. I'm 100% sure of that. So he's looking at the patterns, which is a good segue into the chart. So I'm looking at the Brave New Coin Liquid Index. I've drawn this chart a little while, but this was just a massive pattern that I spotted, and probably other people spotted. A nice long trend zone and this resistance level. To be honest, I thought at this point that we were going to go and break below and hit the 9,500 level again properly, but we did not. We actually went the opposite way, and now it looks like we're actually squeezing in this pattern. It looks like an ascending triangle if you ignore this kind of breakout during the COVID-19. So now it looks like we're really getting to that crunch time where we're going to break out of this very, very important resistance zone and start, the next phase, the next rally, the proper bull run. Because we've been in this climb phase, for a while, since basically the end of or mid-May. And now it's getting to the point where it's really squeezing to try and get past this. So we may actually break above this in the next few weeks. Who knows? Bitcoin does like to go in its own direction. So I'm having some issues with the camera. So please let's just carry on. The show must go on. So it looks like he's been squeezed in now, and it's about to pop to the upside. Next levels of resistance is probably going to be, there's not much resistance between 12k and all-time high, but the next real point will probably be around 14k, and then we've got 16k. You can see there's clear rejections from this point, and there's the support at this point as well. So let's see, potentially this breakout could be happening very soon. I'll be keeping my eye out for that. So that'll be all for this video. I'm going to do another market breakdown hopefully tomorrow to cover the other coins, but this was just about Bitcoin. So on that note, I hope you got some value from that, and I shall see you in the next video. Peace.